What's up? Welcome to 6 Days. I am Bob Six. Today, by suggestion, I'm going to give my top 10 hits of the 80s. I purposely didn't choose metal because everybody knows I'm a metalhead and that's my true passion, so that wouldn't be fair. So I excluded all rock and roll. I only picked songs that will shock most of my friends that I like. Some of it's the bands, most of them, I think the songs, people, if they're being honest, would admit they like them. All the songs in my top 10 have specific meanings. They trigger certain memories. Some of them are songs that I just knew I hated in the 80s, or I told everybody I hated, but deep down, but they trigger specific memories. I can remember where I was at and what I was doing and that kind of shit. So that's why they're in my top 10. It's probably not even definitive, my top 10. It was just going off my head, what was triggering certain memories and things. I mean, there's a ton of songs. I love the 80s because there were so many new genres of music being invented then. It was a happening time in music. It wasn't like now where you hear a song and you're like, oh, that's so-and-so. No, it's somebody else. No, it's not even them, it's somebody else. There were actually musicians during this time. They actually did their own writing. Not everybody, I know everybody, a lot of artists have used writers. So this is the top 10 that I came up with off my head. Number 10, I Ran by Flock of Seagulls. I wanted so bad to hate that song, but every time I hear it, it just takes me back to my teenage years. Back when MTV actually played music and the videos were pretty shitty and cheesy. It was in regular rotation. Love the song. Number 9, I have a friend who was a huge Duran Duran fan, and I wanted so bad to hate Duran Duran, but they played Duran Duran all the time. And I like a lot of Duran Duran songs, but this one in particular gets me every time. And it's The Reflex. I love that song. The Reflex. I don't understand most of the lyrics, what they mean, but they're cool to me. Number 8, definitely not cool to like this band, but I cannot deny Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by Wham. Man, every time I hear that song, I flash back to being at the skating rink with my friends, being fucked up, having a good time. I like them, like the song. And not just that song, I like several of their songs. Number 7, the first time I saw this band was on a pirate television show that used to come on Saturday nights in Washington. It was called Rock and Roll Tonight. That's where I discovered a lot of bands I had never heard of. But this band, I was like, holy shit, I hate them. Fuck. I didn't hate them enough to turn off the TV, but I hated them. And the next day when I was walking to school, I'd be damned if I wasn't singing their damn catchy ass songs. This one in particular, the one I picked for number 7, one of my favorite of their songs, and it's Karma Chameleon. Culture Club was, still are, I still dig them. Number 6, I always said I wanted to be a cowboy. I would have been a good cowboy, I'd been an outlaw. That's one of my favorite. I'm a history nerd, most of you know. So that time, that era was my favorite era to study. So I always thought, man, I want to be a cowboy. So that song, I really dig it. It's not that great of a song even, but I like it. And it's the simplicity and the stupidity of it, I guess, that I like. It almost tied, but it got bumped out of the top 10 with the Rappin' Duke. Daha, daha. Love that song. Number 5, What's Worse Than Dirt on Dolly Parton's Tits? That's right. It's Come On Eileen by, what is it? Dexter's Midnight Runners or whatever they're called. Love that song. Number 4, this song was better than the movie. It's actually the title track from the movie, but something about this song, I like the rhythm, I like everything about it. It's Footloose by Kenny Loggins. Kenny does a few songs that I like, but that song, man. Number 3, which may surprise people because a lot of people know that what a huge Prince fan I am. I've been a Prince fan since 1979, the first time I heard "Wanna Be Your Lover." Love Prince, and I could have filled up the entire top 10 with Prince songs, but I picked the one that every time, no matter what mood I'm in, when I hear, it just gets me going, and it's "Let's Go Crazy." Love that song. I love so many of his songs. I could just spend forever talking about Prince. My top 2. Number 2, I picked it because some of you younger people may not know, but the 80s, we were still really censored. I mean, Dee Snider of Twisted Sister actually was arrested on stage for saying "Twisted fucking Sister" at their concert. So censorship was still pretty heavy during the 80s. But Cyndi Lauper had a hit with "She Bop," a song about masturbation. What? So that's awesome, and that's why that song ranks number 2. It's a good, catchy song, too. Even if you don't know what it's about, it's a catchy song. My number 1 song may surprise some of you to know that this is one of my all-time favorite singers. But I love this song. It has deep meaning to me. I dug it when it came out. I didn't know it. At the time, it didn't have such deep meaning. I just dug the song. But now as I've gotten older, it still has meaning, especially to those of you that thought I was going to wind up in prison or dead. And it's "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John. Love that song. And then it came back on that movie Sing, the cartoon. Love it. So that's my top 10. It's not that they were the biggest hits, but they have meanings to me. They actually take me back to being a teenager and specific memories. So that's it. If you got something different, or you don't like them, or you disagree, let me know. Leave comments. Now, my opinion of the death penalty. And if you are definitely anti-death penalty, you're probably not even watching the video by now, but I am 100% pro death penalty. One of the main arguments, well, first, the reason I'm so pro death penalty is anyone that kills another human being, innocent human being that has done nothing to you, like you break into their home, or you want their car or their wallet, somebody who was not doing anything wrong, and you kill them for something so trivial, you deserve to die. If you harm a child, molest a child, rape a child, kill a child, you should be killed on the spot. And also, severe animal neglect, kind of feel like that should weigh on it too. I mean, you see these stories of people just hoarding animals and letting them starve to death because they can't feed them. That's fucked up. One of the main arguments against the death penalty is it really a deterrent? No, never has been, never will be. But what it is it stops that scumbag piece of shit that committed that crime from ever doing it again. A lot of people put emotions into it, and they want to believe that deep down we're all the same. We're not. You have no problems believing a dog is bad. Your dog has a litter of puppies. One of them attacks cats and children and bites everybody. You have no problems putting it down. It's a bad dog. We're just animals. We have bad dogs amongst us. The number 2 argument that I hear the most is, well, if one innocent person dies, then we shouldn't be doing it. No, that's not true. If your house is on fire, 1 cup of water won't put it out. So does that mean you should just stand there and not try to put the fire out because you don't have a fire truck there at the house? Or you might not even be able to put it out with your water hose. Well, a cup of water was stupid. With your water hose. Does that mean you shouldn't try? Of course not. Because your house is going to burn down. So it's terrible that an innocent person may die because they were found guilty because they either A, couldn't afford lawyers like OJ had, or B, the prosecutors hide evidence or withhold evidence that could prove that they were innocent, that will shake their case. What we need to be doing is holding the prosecutors and the DA and the judge to a higher standard. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and throw the jury in because they're the ones that actually decide because they have to vote on it. So let's go ahead and put them on. If you wrongly convict an innocent person and sentence them to death, and it's found out prior to them being put to death that y'all convicted an innocent person, then all of you should get the death penalty. Then I have to straighten some of this shit up. Because everybody wants the prosecutors and stuff to keep their numbers up. They're having conviction rates, higher conviction rates. That's not fair. That's not justice. These days, you can almost prove beyond the shadow of a doubt someone committed the crime. For example, the Fort Hood shooter. There is no doubt that fucker was guilty. When over 100 people show up and go, that's the guy. When the cop that shot him to make him stop shooting people, he's the guy. If he wasn't, she would have gotten in trouble, which she didn't. He's the guy. He shouldn't be sitting on death row. He shouldn't be getting appeals. He's the guy. So when you know that's the guy, death should be instantaneous. If I said that right. But if we hold law to make it actually fair, to make sure everyone receives a good attorney to defend them, prosecutors have to make sure all the evidence is put forward, not withheld. Then we can move forward. But right now, justice is so fucked up, and they're just trying to get that conviction. I mean, they push people to confess shit. You watch the videos, they finally just give up, and they're back to the point, just like, fuck it, yes, I did it. That's not how that should work. Yes, there are liars, and yes, no, I didn't do it. But you know, if we can prove that you did without withholding evidence, with all the evidence straightforward, then you should be put to death. And it shouldn't be sitting on death row forever. You're found guilty, there is no doubt. Take you outside and bust a cap in you. Be done with it. While we're on this subject, the fact that inmates get free food and we have innocent children in schools that don't get to eat, that's bullshit. Those children should be getting food. They need food. They need clothes. They need a good education. They need to know people care. That's where your focus really needs to be. So, disagree with me if you want. Leave comments. I really need some feedback. I want to know what you think. If you don't like what I say, it's okay. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just giving you my opinion because I'm not afraid to tell you what I think. A lot of people are. I get private messages, oh, I agree with you, or I don't agree with you, because they're afraid of saying their open opinion. Well, I'm telling you mine. I'm 100% pro-death penalty, and it needs to be faster once you're proven, but it actually needs to be a fair trial. They need to prove you're guilty, not prove you're innocent. They need to prove that you're guilty with all the evidence. So, it is what it is. That's my opinions. Give me some suggestions. Hit that like button. Hit the dislike button. Most importantly, subscribe. I thank all of you that have been hanging in. Thank you for your input. Till next time, I am Bob Six. Peace.